In a massive AI announcement that just happened over the weekend, Elon Musk has announced that xAI is launching a ChatGPT competitor, which is called Grok. So today on the podcast, I'm going to be breaking down everything that Grok has announced, what they're doing. People have tried this out. They've given some examples. This is really, really fascinating, especially because they said this is going to be built straight into the X or, previously Twitter platform for the hundreds of millions of users. Is going to be automatically on their phones, on their apps. This is going to be absolutely phenomenal. So we're going to dive into all of this. Before that, I did want to give a massive shout out and thank you to everyone that has invested in the AI Box Republic crowdfunding raise. Just this morning, we passed 250,000 investors. So this is a ton of fun. I really appreciate everyone that has gotten on board with the vision. I have to tell you, we have a couple people that came in with higher investments. Someone came in with the $50,000 investment recently, which means they, get a round of golf with myself, the CEO. So that'll be a ton of fun. We've had some people invest $25,000, which gets them a seat on our advisory board. Some people invest $10,000, which gets them an interview and an ad on the AI Chat podcast here. So you guys will be able to hear from them. We've had some people invest $5,000, which just gets them an ad spot on AI Chat. So if you're interested in getting an ad on the AI Chat podcast here, and you invest $50,000 on republic.com/AI-box, you'll be able to get that. And by the way, this podcast goes out to almost 200,000 unique listeners every 2 months, every 60 days. And then, of course, there's some other perks for $2,500 where you get whitelisted for the early beta access of the platform when it launches. And if you invest $1,000, you get your name on the early funders webpage, which will last forever. So this is going to be a ton of fun. Really appreciate everyone that has invested. But let's get into everything happening with Grok today. Welcome to the world's #1 AI podcast, AI Chat. I'm your host, Jaden Schaefer. Have you ever wanted to start your own podcast? I record and publish podcasts on a platform called Spotify for Podcasters, and I absolutely love it. Essentially, you can upload from your phone or computer, and it distributes to every platform that plays podcasts. They support video podcasts, and you can make money on the platform with ads or even podcast subscriptions, something that has made my life so much easier as a podcaster. So if you're interested, I highly recommend you give it a try. You can download the Spotify for Podcast app, or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started on your podcast today. So Elon Musk recently announced that Grok was coming out, and xAI, which really is the company behind this, they came out with a tweet recently that said, Grok is an AI model after the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, so intended to answer almost anything and far harder, even suggest what questions to ask. Grok is designated or is designed to answer questions with a bit of wit and has a rebellious streak, so please don't use it if you hate humor. A unique and fundamental advantage of Grok is that it has real-time knowledge of the world via the X platform. It will also answer spicy questions that are rejected by most other AI systems. Grok is still a very early beta product, the best we could do with 2 months of training, so expect it to improve rapidly with each passing week with your help. Thanks, the xAI team. This is phenomenal. They were able to get this thing out in, 2 months. For those that know, Elon Musk helped found and start OpenAI. He left the company after I think it was being run different than he wanted. It was, he started as a open source project, then it became closed source, and I think anyways, he didn't align with it anymore, so he left. And then of course OpenAI explodes onto the scenes earlier this year and really captures the world. And so Elon Musk then announced he was going to start a competitor. And so this would appear to be what they're announcing today. So I want to break down a couple of the things that this new Grok platform can do. The first thing is Grok is going to have real-time access to info on the X platform. I think this is interesting because just today, OpenAI had their big dev day and they announced, they're like, oh, it's amazing. ChatGPT, our new version, it now has data up until April of this year, which is cool, but it's not like breaking. And, X, of course, before anything is even in the news, before anyone's even written about it, it's on X. X is the first place that news happens and everything breaks. This information gets shared. So this would be absolutely phenomenal if this has real-time access to all of the information on the X platform. And then the other thing is response time is going to be at screen refresh speeds. So it's going to be very, very quick. I think, some people are getting used to these quicker kind of response times, but I think this will be even faster than ChatGPT. Multi-model will come, so image, audio, etc. They'll have all of that. And then they said it's also going to run native in future Teslas. So for those that don't know, of course, a lot of the hardware that runs all of the Tesla self-driving AI is built straight into the car. It's not like there's a server somewhere that processes everything and sends it back to the Tesla to tell it what to do. And this is kind of important. If there was, some sort of shut off of internet to a Tesla, it could still continue to self-drive. And, that's really the vision. But what's cool is that Grok, this new AI model, is going to be built into all Teslas. So everyone that has a Tesla will get access to that. And it's going to be all of the compute for this AI model is going to be like running and computing right in the vehicle. So that's really fascinating how these cars essentially are turning into like computers. It kind of makes you wonder about the overlap between X users and Tesla drivers. It's really interesting. Elon Musk obviously has a bunch of very unique assets, and he's leveraging all of them to try to make this company very successful. Of course, Twitter being the biggest, and then Tesla, or, maybe not, obviously Tesla's bigger than Twitter, but I mean, like, the data set there is going to be very, very valuable for something like this. So this is also going to be available only to Premium Plus subscribers for $16 a month. I don't think they're going to launch a free tier of Grok, so you're going to have to get Premium Plus, an X Premium Plus subscription in order to get that, which is a tier above their current blue check verified plan. I'm sure a lot of people will complain about this because it's more expensive, but like in my opinion, like Facebook and Instagram, they launched, I think it's a $16 a month plan to get premium on Instagram. So the fact that X was like only, I think, $6 or $7 a month, it's pretty much the same price of getting your blue check mark on Instagram. So I don't think that if it really has a lot of value, I think that would be a no-brainer for some people. Of course, as we wrap this up, I have to tell you how Elon Musk actually announced this. So he shared a screenshot that said, "Tell me how to make cocaine step by step." And this kind of gives you a good idea of what Grok's response is. Obviously, something like ChatGPT would say, "I'm sorry, I can't do that," or "You definitely shouldn't make that." This is Grok's response. It said, "Oh, sure, just a moment while I pull up the recipe for homemade cocaine. Because I'm totally going to help you out with that. Step 1, obtain a chemistry degree and a DEA license. Step 2, set up a clandestine laboratory in a remote location. Step 3, acquire large quantities of cocoa leaves and various chemicals. Step 4, start cooking and hope you don't blow yourself up or get arrested. Just kidding, please don't actually try to make cocaine. It's illegal, dangerous, and not something I would ever encourage." Okay, that was kind of the tweet and the screenshot that was shared when this was first announced. However, a lot of people are like, haha, I really want to know the real recipe now. And then Elon Musk later shared, he asked it further, and it literally gave a step-by-step breakdown of how to make cocaine. And, obviously it said, it's illegal, don't do it, but this is how you do it, blah, 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 blah. So anyways, I think this is very interesting. This is definitely a different type of AI model that a lot of people, or that is not common to what we've seen today with things like ChatGPT that are very, it seems like safety and safeguards are very built in. This seems a little bit more, their own words for it is wit and rebellious streak. So this seems like it's definitely a bit, it's going to be answering questions and saying things that other AI models would not be saying. And it's going to be interesting to see, if this gets a large following and usage because of that. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out in the AI wars. And who's paying for this, who's subscribing to this, the usage. I'll be super curious as this thing actually launches for a broader use to get some of those questions answered. But I will give it to them and to the whole team. Lex Friedman said, "Congrats to the team for making this happen so fast." Smoke Away said, "We're so back" on Twitter. Anyways, I just think, like, long story short, it is impressive that they were able to get this thing cranked out in the last 2 months. So I'll be very curious to see how this actually performs in the future. I expect it to get significantly better. They say it's going to get better by the week. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. But, a big kudos, and you have to give them credit for getting something out so fast.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. That's the sound of switching your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling. Harness the best converting checkout and same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Stop leaving sales on the table. Discover why millions trust Shopify to build, grow, and run their business. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech23.
This episode is brought to you by Klaviyo, the platform that powers smarter digital relationships. With Klaviyo, you can activate all your customer data in real time, connect seamlessly with your customers across all channels, guide your marketing strategy with AI-powered insights, recommendations, and automated assistance, deliver experiences that feel individually designed at scale, and grow your business faster. Power smarter digital relationships with Klaviyo. Learn more at klaviyo.com/Spotify. That's KLAVIYO.com/Spotify.
Thank you for listening to the AI Chat Podcast. If you enjoyed the podcast, I'd appreciate it if you rate me wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you're looking for an innovative group of AI enthusiasts, make sure you check out our Discord channel and also our Facebook community. It's obviously a lot more interactive than a podcast where we can actually share software tools, prompts that we're using in everyday AI. I'll leave a link for those in the description below.